when it's unlisted, you make a you share the link, so only whoever you share the link with can see it. You know, like if you're like that's how I did it with Patreon. And that's why it was set up that way, and it was screwed up. Yeah. Oh, we see it. Oh yeah. There we go. All right. What's up out there, everyone? Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music. I've got my good old childhood friend, Brian here. Brian, say hello.
Hello.
And everything looks all right?
Looks good.
Okay. No screaming complaints, they can't hear it, or... I can't change the way I look, but we can change the sound and whatnot. Anyway, I already did an intro and it wasn't going live, so I'm well practiced now. What's up? How you guys doing? Anyway, hope you guys are enjoying your December. Let's see, next week, so I'm getting ready to go to Nashville for the next like 8 or 9 days. Some really exciting things are happening that can't talk about yet there, so that's really cool. Also going to be filming, shooting more Guitar Tours episodes with some amazing cats. I think I'll see Papa Stash out there, Your Guitar Sage I'm going to see out there, and a bunch of other things, but really, really exciting. Really excited. I've had the best year for my music life, and just doing this to still be so happy doing this, and actually say that I've in every way I've had the best year 2019. So you guys watching right now are a huge part of that, so thank you. And one of the great things in 2019 is that I came out with my very own looper pedal, the Marty Music Looper. And so I have just a handful of signed loopers left. You can go to martymusic.com and see it, but it's a great, it's like the #1 practice tool, I think, for guitar players. And so I have a cool little package where it's the box, 2 really cool stickers, a custom Marty Music pick. Only a dozen or so pedals are actually signed. And then I have some inventory that I just got. And I've sold so many that I don't have time to sign those, but I signed the box. So I'll let you know when I run out of the actual pedals that are signed. And then from there, just the boxes will be signed, because I'm able to get through it a lot faster by just signing the box. When you sign the pedal, you have to take it completely out of the package, sign it, put it back in, and I wouldn't be able to make videos anymore if I did that in the future. But anyway, thank you so much for the support. I've got loopers for sale. Like I said, when the live is over, I'll leave a link for the loopers. And I'd say if you were to get one in the next 4 or 5 days, you'll still get it shipped to you by Christmas. I've got this 12-string here, and I just wanted to play this. This is my looper. I'm going to use my looper. I already made a little loop here. Let's see if I can do it. Yes, Steve Miller. Love Steve Miller. Oh, well, I know why they said that, because Steve Miller also does he does that lick on, is it Big Old Jet Airliner? Yeah. Don't carry me too far away. That was actually, though, he does that lick. That's what you were hearing. So that is fair, but that was Hard Day's Night by the Beatles. And I wanted to use my looper, my Marty Music signature looper. Happy holidays. I wanted to use the Marty Music looper to demonstrate that opening chord of Hard Day's Night, because there's actually 3 elements to it. And the first one, we'll start low notes to high notes. So I'm going to unplug this 12-string here. Be very careful with my frothy coffee. Now, Brian, can you hand me that blonde over there? Thanks, buddy. I've said this before, but Brian and I literally went to preschool together, and the rest is history from there. We did, though, didn't we? It was awesome. And we played on the Pee Wee soccer. We were on the same Pee Wee soccer team. I also a big shout out to my friend Matt Sirkin, who's one of I hate to have to say one of my lawyers. Isn't that just shitty? But one of my lawyers, Matt Sirkin, was on that same Pee Wee soccer team.
Really?
Yep. Isn't that wild? Okay, let me talk about the opening of Hard Day's Night using the Marty music looper. First thing you hear is Paul McCartney play a low D note. It's been a hard day's night. So it's just that D note. So with my looper, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and just let it ring out. And then I'm going to layer it with the other two chords to make Hard Day's Night. Also, you guys, Brian, my Pee Wee soccer teammate, we were called the Brown Bombers, which I didn't realize. But in all fairness, the uniform was brown and yellow, so I get it. Brown Bombers. Where was I going with this? I was going somewhere with this. Oh, yeah, I remember. Brian is over here with my laptop, so he can see all the comments. So any questions you have for me, Brian is actually moderating and reading them right now. How are we looking, Brian?
Looking good.
Any important matters to cover?
No. People are asking Beatles songs, though.
Oh, sweet. Well, I can do that.
Get the Beetlejuice out there.
All right, well, let's start with the Hard Day's Night chord. So I'm going to play the D note that Paul McCartney plays on that chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that's the first thing. Now, I take that bass note off. That was just an octave pedal I have. So then John Lennon, it's actually on acoustic, but John Lennon is taking a D chord, and he's putting his pinky on the 3rd fret of the high E for that D sus4. So he's playing that. And so, let's see. Oh, I just realized I got to give myself a click to layer. So here we go. I'm going to do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to add that D sus chord. Sorry, there's a little static from my telly. It's a little weird. Okay, finally, I got it. I'm going to turn this up. Schwarzenegger, volume up. All right, so we've got the D note. Then we've got the D suspended 4th that John Lennon's playing. And then George is over here with this crazy fancy 12-string electric guitar. And so what he does is he takes an F chord. There we go. And then he adds his pinky to that 3rd fret high E, which is the same note as the sus4 that John Lennon's playing. But for added measure, music pun there, dad pun, for extra measure, if you can, get your thumb onto this low G note here, like that. So really what you're doing is you're creating this big D suspended chord. The song itself is in the key of G. So there's a thing called the 5. The 5 chord is like the strongest. It's the chord that wants the most resolution back to that 1 chord. And then they're adding the sus4 to it. So, and you hear that D note in the root, and you want to hear it. You want to hear it go. You want it to resolve. Your ear wants it to resolve to that G chord. So here we go. So here it is. Not bad, yeah? Except for the static for my Telecaster. Oh! Ruined it, Telecaster. How dare you? So that is the opening chord. So if you wanted to play that song with a band, that's a really fun 2-guitar thing or 2 instruments to create that chord. People it was kind of like a mystified chord because when you'd play, I mean, you could hear a D sus, but it didn't quite sound like it. And then, someone recently, there was a video I saw where I got it from where someone got to go into the studio with George Martin's son and go into the master mix. And they just isolated each track on that opening chord and they could hear what it was altogether making that. Yeah? Cool, Brian?
Very cool.
Any interesting topics? Oh, another thing I'd say is I did a live stream an hour ago for my patrons from my Patreon page, which is a brand new thing. I haven't plugged it very hard, but it was really cool, and I imagine it won't always be like that. But I did a live stream an hour ago with a super viewer that I've seen his name a bunch, named Garrick Pridemore, but he was the only one there live. And it was more of a question and answer, real guitar lesson oriented kind of video. So you can check out, if anyone knows Patreon, you can check out my Patreon page and see. But people that are part of that are helping me decide, doing polls on like what lessons to teach. And then they're also, depending on what tier, they are getting a private live stream, which is more guitar clinic-y, guitar lesson oriented. And then there's even a tier, although I think there's only one slot left, because I'm only doing 3 slots, where you can actually, if you have that top tier, you get a live half-hour Skype lesson with me a month. So anyway, yeah. Brian, anything?
A lot of requests.
Okay.
Garrick Primer said thanks again for the lesson.
Yeah, Theo, and what a loyal guy. He's now watching this one. So yeah, a lot of requests.
A lot of Beatles, some Fish, and Seek and Destroy.
I am working on Seek and Destroy, and the funny thing is, people always say how awkward it is when I do like heavy metal stuff, which I agree because it's just not. I didn't grow up. I've played blues and jammy stuff for 25 years. Metal is not a big part of my guitar, but I've been practicing a lot. And so I do have some metal stuff, and it's just been really fun. So don't count out the Metallica and other. I've been working on Toxicity by System of a Down. It's been fun, But yeah, Beatles. Let's see. We got to go into this now. Well, I did that one though. Let's see. Can you switch me out with that telly again? Am I gonna risk it? The static. Thanks, dude. I've only had roadie style guitar handoffs very few times in my life, but it has happened.
Is one of these in tune?
Oh, we're good. We're good. Everyone saw every guitar that I owned last week. You weren't here. We missed you. We missed you.
Static is too much.
You're here for me.
All right.
All right. Well, crap, man. Just trying to think of, like, there's so many Beatles, and I play a lot of the same ones.
Did I ever give you my money? Did I ever give you your money?
I'll need sheet music for that. It's not a freshie.
Hide your love away.
Everyone on the internet. Hey! You've got to hide your love. Hey! All right, Marty Music Looper. Anyone still there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, can't go wrong with the Beatles. And that was my Marty music looper. I just put it on standby. Brian, cover for me, Brian.
There they come. It's kind of Christmas colors.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so the other thing is for, this took the looper from imagining it to it actually coming out, you know, was like at least a year of figuring it out how to do it.
What makes that different from a ditto looper?
Honestly, not much.
The color. It's much better looking.
I like the color because it's based on my favorite Strat color. Great. I'm going to do a live stream with all my dogs soon. But the other thing that makes this, well, the one thing that makes it truly different than, it was good. As a practice, are we having difficulties?
Might be frozen, I can't tell.
Thing since I was rushing the Marty, the kind of relationships I've made on the looper pedal, then helped me line up the idea of finding my own signature overdrive pedals. And what I've been using for quite a few years is the Analog Man King of Tone. Now, if you guys know, there's a big waiting list for that amp or for that pedal. It's like $400 or $500, or 20 to, I don't know, somewhere between 20 and 40 different pedals to find, and they were just silver blank pedals. Anyway, are people commenting about the freezing?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. So anyway, I found a bluesy, non-intense overdrive, so it's not like a dive than a tube screamer, and kind of like that classic Boss overdrive, kind of based on that. And circuit-wise, it's based on, well, so for the last like 3 months, anytime I've been, it's probably my kids. My kids are probably,
Gobbling up the bandwidth.
yeah, totally. My favorite. Okay. Oh, there we go. There we go. I'm sweating, dude. My air's not working. That's weird.
That sounded like peppers.
So that's the Schwarzenegger overdrive. I'm sorry we were having some buffering issues because Brian and I are so buff. It's buffering everything. Does it seem a little better?
Yeah, a little out of focus, but it's not solid.
Let me see. Yeah. All right. Well, we're wrapping up. I think that was my fault today because we had a little technical difficulty, and then I forgot. I've got this thing called the Eero in here. That's like a Wi-Fi booster. It's its own network, and I don't think I logged my phone into it.
But it's been working when you have.
Yeah. So that's on me. But also, I've been alone, Brian.
Christmas gift idea, everybody?
Eero? Yeah, no, I'm not endorsed. I made no money on that, but it does work. So, but Brian, I've been alone, so I haven't had my help.
I got here early today.
And you got here early today, which was extremely helpful. So thank you for that. All right, one more jam with the Marty Music Looper. I'm gonna leave a link. In fact, now that I've said it and we're wrapping up, I'm gonna pick one commenter, but after the video's over, like in the actual comment section. And if anyone made it this far, thank you for that. But so I'm gonna pick one comment in the actual comment section when the video's over and I'm gonna give you my looper for free. I'll ship it to you personally. I'll sign it personally, all on my own. So just one, when this stream's over, leave a comment in the comment section. I'm gonna pick one of you to receive my looper for free. All right. Bass! Schwarzenegger! Oh, it's working, folks. Marty Music Looper and the Schwarzenegger. And a phaser. Yeah. It's not gonna work, but there he is. Yeah, just point his head in next to me. Yeah, there we go. It's Santa. I know him. Buddy the Elf, and also big shout out to Kyle Gass, KG, who's in the movie Elf.
Is he?
Yeah, have you seen Elf?
Maybe.
Ugh. You guys, Brian doesn't even know if he's seen Elf. Now that is a Christmas tragedy.
Is it?
Yeah. You got to see it. Brian, you have a kid now, Brian. I mean, she's too young still
She's
to
not ready for
see Elf, but like,
Are you gonna tell me Jingle All the Way too?
no, I'm not actually. Not at all. No, Elf is a classic. Kyle Gass is in it, and Peter Dinklage is in it too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and he's not a Christmas elf in it, Peter Dinklage.
He's not?
No, he's like a really successful author in it. But because Buddy is really from the North Pole, he sees Peter Dinklage and thinks he's from a elf from the North Pole. And Peter Dinklage beats him up because he's super offended. But anyway, thanks for hanging out, you guys, and all the support. I should be doing a live stream next Saturday, but I'm going to be in Nashville, so maybe I can like grab a really fun guest for that. And
He's a South Pole elf.
oh, got it. Sorry,
I don't know. Is that true?
I don't know.
Someone said so.
I don't think. Well, he's a human that is adopted into the.
Maybe Buddy's a South Pole elf.
Yeah, but yeah, he's a human that's like adopted though into the. Anyway, great classic movie. Kyle Gass, Peter Dinklage, so good. And another thing, my family and I, my kids, my wife, we've been putting this in different places in the house, like and scaring. It's scary because it's like human size.
Oh, I bet.
And like, so if you're just like waking up and it's around the corner or like sitting in the bathroom, you just like like we've been pranking each other. This is our version of Elf on the Shelf, so it's been fun. But anyway, you guys, thank you. Got loopers for sale at martymusic.com. Schwarzenator is coming soon, but probably not for a holiday present. And then yeah, I'm gonna pick a comment in the comment section to give you a free looper. Thank you again. Brian and I are gonna go get fish tacos.
Awesome.
All right. See you guys later. I'm gonna turn this off. Oh, that's good. Look at that. Oh, that's classic.